Alright guys, here's another YouTube video how to. Alright, right now I'm going to be replacing my repairing, I should say, my third brake light to my Dodge Magnum 2006 RT version. The light went out. Alright, so what I'm going to do is take it apart and replace the bulb. Alright, so this is the brake light in the back, and let me show you guys what I already did. It kind of started early last week. I removed all the paneling. Now the paneling is simply held by these little, I don't know, pop rivets. Alright, they all go into these type of connectors. So when you take off your paneling, all you have to do is just get behind it and pretty much from the edge and pull it out, and you hear a popping sound. Don't worry about it. Again, they come out pretty easy. You may lose a couple. I lost one here, which is not a big deal, right here. So they give you enough. They might just come off like this one did. I'll reset it when I'm ready to put it back on. Now when you take it off, you're gonna have to take both panels off. It comes in two pieces. All right, you start with the first one that's closer with the light. You'll pop that off, and there'll be the little trunk connector for the light, which is here. You got to take that off, and that's a simple, just press it down and pull out. So it's very simple to do. Then once that's done, the second piece that's closer to the top, it's held by two screws. One screw here and the other screw here, guys. Just unscrew that, and again, and you pop it out. And what you're gonna have to do once you get those popped out, and forget the noise, guys. Everybody's doing their lawn today, and I'm trying to wait for everybody to be done, so I have some type of quietness. But anyway, there's gonna be some screws in these holes here. All right, when you look up, you'll see it. I don't know you're gonna be able to see with the video. You may not. I'll take a picture of it and post it in to highlight it. But there's a screw here, 1, 2, and there's a third one behind this. You're gonna have to remove this here. All right, this is for the relay for the what do you call this thing, or defroster or what have you. So you're gonna have to remove this out of the way so you can get to that screw. Once you remove those screws, this part here should lift off. So as we go along, as you know in my video, you'll see me start doing it, and then I'll pause and just pick out any highlights I think you should look for. All right, again, I'm replacing my rear brake light, or repairing it, and that's it. All right, so let's get started. Any questions, any comments, just leave it below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. All right, so let's get started. Okay guys, I just want to point out some things. All right, I was able to get all the screws off. All right, these are the screws to what you have to take off. All right, now learn from my mistake. I'm using a what is this? So guys, a 10mm, all right, extension, with an extension to get up in a hole. Now being that I thought these screws were a little longer, they're just simply nuts. Make sure you have something in here, like a little piece of gum or something in here, so when you put it on here, and you back it out, it doesn't fall out. Cause I already lost on this side. I lost one screw that fell down in here. Not a big deal. I got some extra screws to replace it, but just to avoid that, put something up here to help you keep the screw, or hopefully it's magnetic. If you have a socket that's magnetic, to keep that hole in that screw in. All right. For this part, simply unscrew one, loosen this one, and just move this back to get that screw there. Something told me I was gonna freaking drop it, and sure enough, I lost that nut. It went down. So just FYI, make sure you use something magnetic, or put a little piece of gum or something in here to help you keep that screw in the socket when you back it off. All right. So I just want to point that out. Number two, once you get it out, in this part here, I don't know if you can be, where am I looking? Hold on. In this hole here, there's plastic fasteners similar to these, I believe, that's holding your wing in. So you're gonna have to pretty much play with it trying to get it out. All right, and that's what I'm attempting to do now. I was able to pop one off now. So I don't know if you can see that. See if I can get around here and lift it up. Hopefully you can see that one screw there, and there's a plastic piece right at the end that you have to force out. Actually it's three. Here's another one over here. So those may come out easy, they may come out hard, don't know. Just be aware of it. What I'm doing, I'm pretty much coming on this end, and I'm kind of giving a little force strikes to force this thing to come up. So just take your time, try to work it out, and it should come off. All right, so let me continue. Okay guys, let me give you a little closer look now on what we're working with here. All right, you have those little plastic tabs I was trying to explain. One here, 2, 3, 4 at the end. Look like when I was trying to take it out, I think they all, no, they didn't break off. Well, I thought they did. They're like little square tabs. I don't know if you can see here. That goes right back in when you pop it back in. So I believe this one probably popped. So I have something else if I can replace that to get it back in. Again, you got 3 screws, 1, 2, 3, and as you notice, it has some type of like a gasket. So most likely before I put it in to avoid water seepage, I'm probably gonna put some tape around here, some type of cork probably, just to give it a good seal. All right, it's just something I just noticed. All right, so this is our mission. This is what we're looking for, this here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna unscrew this, I'm gonna disconnect it and take this part out, and then we'll tackle the light. All right, you'll see it's just two wires. All right, so let's continue on. I just want to give it a little closer look. You don't need to take the whole thing off. You just, once you pop it off, lay it back, and you're gonna take these 2 screws out, disconnect it. You're going to use the same connector, so you're going to be clipping these wires here, I believe. But we'll continue on, and I'll pause it as I observe certain things, all right, to bring to your attention. All right, so let's continue on. Okay guys, another point I want to bring up to you guys. All right, when you take this off, off of there, you're gonna have to take this red tab and push it that away. All right, you'll see it move, and then there's like a little level right here you got to push down on. All right, right here. I don't know if you can see that, guys, but it's right here. You push down on that, and you're gonna have to hold the other end of this piece here. All right, and just pretty much pull this apart from here. All right, it's not gonna come out easy, so just, you know, hold this, and just, you know, pull it out. It'll come. All right, it's kind of tough though, but I just want to point that out, how you get this off. All right, so I got it off now, as you can see. Just a plastic piece. The idea now is to separate. If you look inside, you can see the LEDs. Get this red piece off here. All right, try to get this off so you can separate this part from here. To take that off, to expose the wires, and once that's exposed, I will cut the wires on this end and take that piece out. And I bought some extra LEDs to replace it. All right, and got some silicone that I'm gonna re-glue it. So that's what I'm attempting to try to do. So let's continue on. All right. Guys, just to let you know, I placed mine in the oven. I end up putting it on like 350, and I'm letting it sit in there just a quick couple of, not even a couple of minutes, just to warm it up to help make this plastic a little adhesive. All right, if you got a heat gun, that works too, but this is what I decided to do. But this thing is very fragile, so and you gotta be careful, because when the milk, if you get too hot, this milk can start warping, and you don't want to do that. So just be careful, guys. So that's something I decided to do, give it a try, and trying to separate this thing. I got some of it off, but it's slow going. It's very slow going. So just take your time. Coming back here, I got the heat gun set up now. I'm gonna see if I can just pry it off just a little bit more to try to get this thing off. All right, slow going, because you don't want to break this thing. All right, so again, I put it in the oven just for a quick minute, just to soften it up a bit. Now I'm gonna continue to work on it to get this separated. As you can see, there's a little light coming up, but it's very fragile. So just take your time in separating it. All right, so let me continue on. Alright guys, you can see I finally got it off. It's just slow going. Alright, let's show you what it looks like. You know, I guess a lot of adhesive and trying to hold this thing up together. So when I put it back, I'm going to have to glue it back the same way I took it off. So just be aware of that. That's it. It's not going to come out perfect. Alright, because I guess it wasn't meant to be separated. So that's how it looks. So what I'm gonna do now is pretty much get this whole thing out of here, take it out. It's dead anyway, so I'm gonna clip this off and pull this all out, and then set it up with the new LEDs. All right, so let's continue on. I just want to give you a close-up look at it. It's a slow process. All right, so yeah, that's how it looks. So this should work. I hope it works. But that's it. All right, so let me continue on with the video. It's just to show this. I picked up this from my favorite store, Amazon. LEDs. All right, these are white. I end up getting directed 10-piece super bright white with 3M tape adhesive. I'll post a link on how much it cost me. I got 10 because I figured I can always use them for something else. So it wasn't that expensive. So I'm attempting to use this to replace my brake light for my vehicle. So I just wanted to bring that a little closer. Again, I'll post a link on what I got it and the cost of it. All right, so Okay guys, I'm going to show you real quickly. I used the heat gun just to heat up this part here. Have it, it's been held by some glues here. You heat it up, you'll be able to lift this up, pull it out. And again, the wires will come through, stretch up, and these are the wires you want to keep. All right. Let me show you what I got here. Got the 2 strips of LEDs. I'm gonna replace that with at 3M tape. So we can put the black with the black and the white with the red. We're gonna fit it in here. These are meant to be cut so I can trim them down, and yeah, and just get them in here. I'm gonna attach these wires to this for a nice clean installation. And once that's in, it's just about putting the cover back on, throwing some adhesive around it to glue it back together, and I should have a good working tail light, which I'm hoping. All right, so that's it. So I'm gonna continue on with this and getting this connected. All right, I believe I have some connectors, quick connectors. I'm gonna put these 2 on. Right now I'm just going to trim it down to size. Alright, I'm not going to show that on the video, alright, because I just want to try to get this done. But the idea is to trim this down to size to get them in here fitting properly. That's why I'm going to use 2 just in case, just to give me that extra brightness. And then I'm going to have it taped down in here. Alright, probably get my little sander to give it a little sanding to get a clean installation. So that's the idea. I'll come back to it with once I get it all set up. Alright guys, so let me continue on. Alright. Okay guys, I just want to show you something. I'm using my Dremel tool is dead, so I ended up just taking the little tool from the Dremel kit, a little sandpaper, put it on a little drill. And what I'm doing is I'm knocking down these high spots that's on this thing. Alright, right here, I guess when the glue was for the original one, they're high. And the adhesive tape, you need to be flat against this so it has something to adhere to. So what I'm doing, I'm just taking this little sander and I'm knocking down these high spots right here, so I'll have no problem putting down the replacement LEDs on this, taping it down. So a little something that you probably want to end up doing, just to make sure you have some bright lights behind there. So again, I'm just taking that. If you have a Dremel tool, you won't need this, but this is my little hack, I guess, trying to get it done. Got a little sandpaper on here, and I'm just gonna knock this all down. It makes quick work of it. All right, and again, if you really want to get really down dirty, you probably can just knock all this down here, so when you glue back the other piece, it all fits together. If you want to do that, I might not. I might just keep it, because I'm gonna put it back the same way and let it keep that same form. So, but just to let you know, but I do need to knock down the high spots on this, just so the piece will lay flat on it when you tape it down. So just want to bring that out to you guys. All right. It's a slow go, guys. Take your time, and it should work. It better work. All right. Let me continue on. Okay guys, I just want to show you real quick. As you can see, I got it hooked up. I was hoping to put 2 strips, but unfortunately I'm not able to do that. Alright, I don't have enough room. So the strips comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 length. So you're gonna have to cut short and just lay it out. The adhesive tape will hold it. I just put some ties on it, taped it up with some electrical tape, and just taped it in. And as you can see, If you have anyone to help push down on it, just set up your phone on something and just go record it, go put your brake, and it'll show you if it comes on or not. And as you can see, mine did come on. So I got bright white. All right, don't buy red, don't buy your bright white, because the cover is already red. So I wanted enough light so when I put this back on, it'll illuminate. So it did work. I'm happy it's hooked up. So now I'm gonna have to button this up now. So now I'm gonna get the red cover and get us some glue and glue this up, put it back on, let it sit for a little bit, and just put it back on now. So that's where I'm up to now. So that's you know, save some money. I think this thing's like about $70–80. It's costing me about $10 for the strips. I got strips of 10, so I have plenty go. So these fail, I got extra I can throw on there. It's very easy to do. All right, so I'm gonna put some temporary glue on here, some plastic glue, and get it sealed up. So let's continue on with the video, and we'll see how I'm coming along. All right, so I just want to point that out. Okay guys, I just want to bring your heads up what I end up doing. After closer examination of when I took the part off, it was all rugged. So what I end up doing, I end up sanding it down smooth. All right, getting it all leveled. All right, because you're gonna have to re-glue this back on this piece, and trying to fit it back in, and it's gonna be on level. It's not gonna come out right. So what I end up doing, I end up just sanding it down, best of my ability, cleaning it off, sanding this side down flat as possible, and you're gonna have to have a sealant. So I got the a sealant here, adhesive, clear, from an automotive store. All right. Actually, you know, it's the same thing. I already had one. I ended up going to the store for nothing. I forgot I had this in my garage for the longest. So this one I'm using to seal it back up. All right. So I just want to bring that to your attention. It's another point to have this already on hand and have a sander so you can sand this all down, because you're gonna have to have a good seal. All right. So let me continue on, but I just want to point that out to you guys. About to put it back together now. It's coming out good. Now this is the part that came out of this part here, ended up breaking. So I ended up having some extra screws, fender fasteners, and I threw that in there as a replacement. All right, and that'll work just fine. All right, so if you got some other fasteners, throw them in to replace it, and it's going to slip it right into this hole right here. So it'll grab thick enough to fit in there, and it should be a good fit for it. All right, so I just want to point that out. I bought a kit early on in the year. Let's see if I can move this out of the way for you guys. Has all different size fasteners and stuff, so have something like this, some extra fasteners on hand when you need to repair something. So I'm just gonna grab a couple of these, see which ones fit the best in that hole, and replace with that. Just want to bring that up. And as you can see early on, end up getting the adhesive glue right there. All right, you're gonna have to let it sit for a while. So I had a couple of clamps, put on it, and just let it sit for a while so it gets all tacked up, and so it'll end up staying nice and tight. All right. Once it's in there, I'll probably just throw some another bead across here just to seal it up good, and should be good to go. All right. So It's been an interesting project. Just want to give some details on it. It's totally durable. You just guys got to take your time. Again, I let you know when you take these screws out. Again, be careful. It doesn't fall in. Once it fall in, you're pretty much screwed. So I lost one screw. This screw here and this screw all fits the same. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna tighten this down. This is not moving. I'm gonna take that screw and put it in there to replace that one that dropped, and come back to it to another day. It's not a big deal. All right. So again, there's some points I want to give you in replacing this rear third light, repairing it without buying a whole new one, and that's it. So just another point I just want to bring up to you. So let me continue on, and we're almost done with this video. Alright guys, I want to point out another thing I noticed. Alright, when you put this back up, depending if you ever took it off before, these little tabs here, they might have got bent. So you're going to have to bend these back up. Mine was bent. I had a hard time because it's supposed to go into this little hole here. Alright, and they were bent. So I didn't notice, I had a hard time putting them in. So you're going to bend this back up so this goes into that hole. So make sure both of them are sticking up like that, not bent downward. I was wondering why I couldn't get my thing back in. And as you see, make sure you attach your cable back to it, and just get all these tabs pushed back into the respectable holes, and you're all set. All right. This was definitely a project to be had. I said early on, I put mine in the oven. I do not recommend that. All right. I had trial and error on mine. I almost forgot it was in the oven and almost melted the whole thing. So using a heat gun to loosen the adhesive is the best way to go. Do not use your oven. All right. The temperature, the plastic is way too soft to put it in the oven, so don't do that. All right. So I learned that the hard way, but it still works. As you can see, it's up in there, and it works with the LED. So that's fixed. So it's a project that saves a couple of bucks, but it's involved. But once you know how to do it, it should go much quicker. All right, so I'll continue. I just wanted to pause and point that out to you guys. Alright guys, I'm done with it now. Alright, got it all buttoned up. Again guys, the two tabs here, when they break, you're gonna have to get something to replace it to try to keep it down. Alright, so which I did. I tightened it down. It's all buttoned up. So I'm gonna crank up the car, hit the brakes, and let you guys see the final results. Alright, that's it guys. It's a interesting project I took upon it. Was it worth it? Yeah, I say at least 50 bucks, 50 bucks. Alright, I can take that money and put it into something else. So hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me comments, and hey guys, be safe, take care of your family. Alright, talk to you later.